I mean, you bomb with grace, though. When you're bombing, you know it, and you just go. You're just like,
Well, thank you. So,
bomb with grace. I think that's the way.
no, there is some truth to that.
Yeah.
You can bomb without like burning it all down. You know, you can like have fun with it.
But that's something that's learned. I bombed with Grace last night. I did.
You did actually.
Yeah, I went up and just the crowd. I'm not blaming the crowd. I'm just saying I wanted to pull up my phone and play a recording of a show and being like, "This is they laugh at this. They've laughed before. I promise.
I swear I'm funny."
Yeah. And I got 2 jokes in, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna make my mouth make the shapes that the words are, and then just ride this out like a wave. And it was so bad.
But also some jokes weren't working, but you like laughed it off, like you're like, whatever, I don't really care.
Yeah, that comes with time though. I used to like
just get angry.
I used to scorch earth bomb. I used to just been like, nah, fuck all you.
Yeah, because
I've had some of those.
When you first start, it like hurts your feelings. You're like, because you think you're doing so good, and then you get a show. You're like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
The same way you have to learn how to do like crowd work or riffing or anything, you also have to learn how to bomb in a way that like they don't hate you when you walk off stage. It's like a soft landing. It's like, you know those parachutes that come out when like the Apollo thing splashes into the ocean? That's what you get. That's what you have to learn to do.
Slow descent.
Instead of just like, bam.
Yeah.
Also, silence is a big thing I noticed, is because like I'll be telling a story or something, and maybe they're not like howling laughing, but they are paying attention. And I'll take one of those, please.
Ooh, hey.
Is that ice cold there?
Yes.
Ooh, sheesh. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
Always keeping the deals
you're
flowing. Because maybe they're not laughing, but I've noticed that they are paying attention.
Yeah.
Which is the next best thing.
Well,
they're not on their phone, and they're not just like writing, like not paying attention.
Well, yeah, me and Tony were talking. I don't know if we talked about it on the pod, but he.
I know what you guys talked about on the pod, football for an hour and a half.
Well, I mean, yeah, we was rolling up to the Super Bowl, and all he could take, he brought up the Chiefs for like probably 20 times.
Oh yeah, no, I watched it. Wait, Nick and Tony? Are you serious?
The week leading up, you know.
That's not like him at all.
But no, we were saying, well, because I told him that because he always bails on jokes on stage.
Yeah.
But I tell like, everybody's listening to what you're like. You think no one's laughing, but you haven't gotten to a funny part yet. Like everybody's on board with what you're like. Everybody's like listening and waiting for where it's going.
Yeah,
and then you're like, I'm not doing it. Hey, yo, I'm not doing this.
It's because Nick to Tony has this like thing about him that he hasn't realized yet, and he's got this something that draws people in.
Oh, he's hilarious.
When he starts,
he's so funny.
When he starts talking, people pay attention.
It's like a magnet.
Yeah, and he hasn't realized it yet, and he will. But he thinks, "Oh my God, it's silent.
Exactly.
I need to move on. Hey, Doors. How about Doors? I'll do the Doors joke again." That's how he thinks. The Doors work. Nick, stop doing Doors. Yeah, but he bails, but people are really he's very engaging.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And that's great. Like you just have to get used to silence. Because your setups are not the funny part.
Yeah. Yeah, also it's like be comfortable, like you know where you're going, just kind of let it go.
That took a long time to like get used to though, because like in the very beginning you're just like, if they're not laughing right now, I'm bombing. And it's we do this bit on our podcast. We have this list called Comedy Sins.
Yeah.
And somewhere on that list, I forget where, it's called Be Okay with just it being quiet. It doesn't mean you're bombing. It just means you're setting stuff up.
Yeah.
And if you do a joke and it doesn't work, don't beat the shit out of yourself.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's you guys didn't like that. Oh, that sucked. Fuck me. Oh, what else? You know.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't work. Whatever. We'll just fucking move on.
Exactly.
It's not a big deal.
The only person that's gonna ever think about it again is you.
Yeah.
Like nobody's coming out of that room being like, "Wow, that joke." I'll never forget how bad that joke was.
Also, dude, speaking of other comics remembering things, like comics have this weird idea. They're like, this one person heard me do this joke 2 weeks ago. I can't do it again. It's like they don't remember you, dude.
That's in my head all the time.
All right,
you gotta
Anytime I used to think about that, I tell myself, I'd be like, all right, what was his full set the last time you saw him? And you couldn't remember a single joke.
Nope.
It's not like people aren't looking at you the way like you're not that important.
No, yeah, because they're
You're
not
nobody.
we're pretty self-centered people. I feel like.
Oh yeah.
Comics, we're pretty focused on ourselves.
Yeah.
Some more positively than others, and yeah, it's like, dude, just do this shit, work this shit out.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Dude, we live together. I can't remember half the jokes you did last night.
Thank God. Thank God. I had a rough set last night.
Where'd you go?
Hollywood Comedy.
Yes.
That's a rough room a lot of times.
Yeah.
I like it there. I like it there though because it's a lot of like, it's always such a random group of people. Like there's like sometimes there's like one person that you know, but
Barely.
Yeah, it's a lot of like, where do these people come from?
And
And
it's
I
like,
like that.
it's cool, but it's like, how come I never see you guys
Right?
anywhere else?
Yeah, where are they going?
It's weird. But then there's like the opposite side of the coin is like you go to Badger and Jam,
Yeah,
and it's the same 5 people.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
there,
God.
Badger and Jam, you really can't like do the joke again because it's like, oh, it's the same people.
But then mics like that are great because then you know you can try new stuff.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's, you know, like
That's my favorite mic to do new material.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's the best crowd. I don't know what it is about that particular mic, but it attracts like really quality open micers. And so like
It's the best of the best.
yeah, so if you try new stuff there and it works, you're like, oh, I'm onto something.
I guess bringing it back to the B&J. But like going up and bombing in front of your friends is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like it's funny bombing is funny to your friends because it's funny.
It is. There is humor to
Like
it.
you go up after your buddy and just rip on them for sucking, and that's hilarious.
Or the one of my most fun like sets to do is when like a buddy of yours, especially this happened a lot at Badger and Jam, would go up and crush, and then you're looking at your notes, you're like, oh no,
Fuck.
You're like,
Damn
fuck.
it.
All I got is like new stuff to work on tonight, and you go up and bomb, and it's like all your buddies in the back like leaning against the wall, like, oh, this guy's eating shit. Oh no.
Yeah, that is the worst. Well, it's the worst feeling to have to be the one that goes up after just a crush.
Yeah, but that's good though.
It
It's
is good.
though.
Because you could do it
'Cause
both
you
ways.
think it's gonna be bad, but it's
you
not.
could use the momentum and crush in your own way. Because the thing is, every comedian is so different.
Yeah,
So like you can't be exactly whoever that person was.
that's right. And you shouldn't be.
And you never can be. And
You're
it's-
not
it's-
supposed to be.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be you.
So you could crush in your own way, but
And there is something to the comic before you crushes, and there's a part of you that will, I think, always think, ah, fuck.
yeah.
But
oh yeah.
you have to fight that and go and think, like, no, this is good. Like, you're not going to, someone crushes before you and you walk on stage, the crowd isn't going to go, well, he wasn't like the last guy. They're just going to go like, oh, who's this? Who is this?
Exactly.
And you just have to do you the best you can.
100%. All they're there
And it'll be okay.
all they're there to do is laugh.
That's right.
Like, but you're comparing yourself.
Yeah.
It's all in your head.
It's
Also-
all in your head. Get the fuck out of your head.
Also, there's nothing better than following like a friend of yours that crushed and opening with like a riff you wrote down like while he was on there, and then it just kills.
Oh yeah.
It's like a springboard. It's like a
Well,
guaranteed.
yeah, because
good
then
start.
that gets you like, then everybody's kind of like, it's a good segue into you.
Yeah. And then
Like-
you have to be you and not try to be like anything that you're not.
Yeah.
Like if the
Well-
guy in front of you is super energetic and loud, but you're not that, don't try to copy that.
Yeah, bring it back down.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
lower expectations.
just be
a little
you.
bit.
Just be you, because you know, like you are good who you are. So just do what you do.
That takes a lot of mics
It's tough.
to figure that out.
Well, like I'm